Hey, how's it going, guys? And welcome back to another episode of our Origins throwback episode kind of dealio. We do this once every year, roughly around the 10th of January every single year. It is the 11th, so I'm a day behind, obviously, but that is fine. But we're here again to look back, do our throwback of 2020 and everything we have done Origins related. Of course, there has been 3 Origins that was completed in 2020. Feels like there was more, but it wasn't. 3 Origins completed throughout 2020, and 1 was in the midst of finishing. So we're going to be having a look back at some of the favourite moments that, well, no, some of the favourite moments, but the moments that stuck out in particular for me, primarily being like the finales, like the episode 1s, the trailers themselves, if in case anybody has forgotten them or hasn't actually seen any of the Origins trailers at all here in the past year. If you are new, welcome. Hopefully you enjoy your stay on the channel and among every other channel who is amongst the Origins group. But yes, without further ado, let's look back and see what we got up to in the past year. Of course, there's been quite a lot that's gone on in this channel. We are very, very close now to 50,000 subscribers. Not sure quite what I'm going to do for 50k. If you've got any ideas, you're more than welcome to throw those in the comment section down below, and you know, let me know. Let me know what your ideas are, because I don't actually know what I want to do. But yeah. Before I do head on further into this video, I do want to mention that we do have a stream VOD channel, which is also very close to 1,000 subscribers. Ironic, I know. But yes, we do have a stream VOD channel, which I have been uploading extra content. It's direct uploads straight from our Twitch streams over on Twitch. If you do, in fact, miss those Twitch streams, or you don't have Twitch, or whatever various reasons there may be, you can watch those episodes or those entire live streams over on this channel. So it will be linked, so you have a direct link in the description, but it is XI Rockstar TV streams. You're more than welcome to come over and have a gander, see if there's anything on here. Of course, from the days of Aetherius, when that was going on, those were all being uploaded onto here. We've got some Terraria, which we've actually got some new Terraria, which is going to be uploaded onto here very, very soon. A bit of Minecraft Dungeons with the fellas. Yeah, we've got a bit of everything going on. And of course, there is a lot more new things coming to this channel as well, which have already been streamed over on Twitch, which is definitely going to be our Rust series that we're doing. We are on a Rust server with, I think there's about 70 other people on this server. All content creators, big streamers, that kind of dealio. So if you do want to see any of that content, make sure you come over to this channel. Plugs aside, I will click off these tabs as we go, because there is a few tabs I've been through, found a couple moments that I have in fact found. So what was the first thing going on at the start of January, February of 2020? Well, starting it off, we have in fact got Supernatural Origins. Now this run began in October and did finish for me personally in the first week of February. So for anyone that's, you know,
this world is full
wondering,
of nightmares.
Supernatural, what was it?
Vampires, and more
Here's a little bit of a
struggle
snippet
to
for you.
survive in an eternal conflict over power, land, and mystical artifacts. After the fall of the Devil's Chalice and cleansing
Devil's
of the
Chalice,
Blood
obviously
Moon,
being part of Season 1.
ancient enemies joined together to sign the Evermoon Pact, preserving a peaceful and prosperous future. 3 years have passed with that
There's
goal
me.
achieved.
Me
Yet
and
a new
Mikhail.
terror rises, threatening all they hold dear. Bound by their ancestors,
Never forget
a new
this song.
generation rises to leave
Such
their
an
mark
it's
upon
such
this
been
land.
SNO
They will be
being one of
tested,
the OGs.
hunted, and feared. Welcome.
And there's my
Supernatural Origins.
whale. The whale that was mine. But yeah, such a great song. Such a great song. I could jam all day. But yes, SNO, of course, obviously, being about supernatural creatures, We had the vampires, the werewolves, and everything in between. Myself being a fallen angel in that series. Was a great series. I would love to see another Supernatural, personally. I would really would. We already have ideas, or at least I have ideas. I don't know about anybody else, but I have ideas if there is a season 3 of Supernatural, which would be really interesting to see. But yeah, this whole series for me was how I fell from heaven, how I became a fallen angel, and me being secluded from pretty much everyone. That was kind of my whole spiel with it. And yeah, there was a lot of... It was a great series. Of course, ending with one of the most iconic of my episodes, where my sadness episodes all started to come through. Finales wouldn't be a finale, an Origins finale, without a bit of sadness.
Brandon.
And of course, the iconic moment. Where was it? Here it is. Ah, yes. My vampire lover.
Yes, but my memory's on.
And
now.
of course, there's going to be an ad that starts in 3 seconds. Thank you. Thank you, adverts.
Sorry, guys, I can't come to life.
It's always been
adverts in and out of videos. It's great. Sadage. Anime fighting. Pogu.
Stop making this hard. I'm giving you an opportunity to live.
What do you mean?
Uh-oh. And that's where I'm going to stop that for any spoilers. Anybody who wants to go and watch that, they're more than welcome to do so. But yeah, great episode. I love a really good boom cliffhanger, as everyone does in fact know. So definitely a series to go and watch if you are into the Supernatural and whatnot. Everyone did kind of refer my character to something like from Shadowhunters. Haven't seen it personally, but it's what I got told in the comment section all the time, and I'm like, cool. I guess. I can't say I've seen it, so I can't agree. But yes, this was obviously the ending of Supernatural. And then from here, we did in fact go on to something a little bit more supernaturally in Origin Z.
In this world, apocalypse has fallen. War,
Silo will do the
disease,
talking
and
for me.
decimation led to a plague that cannot be defeated. A plague of zombies, the dead, risen from the afterlife. While the military attempts to grasp tightly to the ways of the past, others have begun to live by their own means in this new forsaken world. The remaining humans must unite together to fight off the infectious dead, and worse, the living. Welcome to Origin Z.
So yes, we did in fact do a series about zombies, which I loved. Song, by the way, absolute banger. Every song has always been a banger. Don't think there's been one I hate. They've all been great. And the fact we will listen to it that many times is kind of nutty in itself. But yes, zombies. I absolutely love zombies. Zombie like series I can't get enough of. Like, I've seen probably every zombies like show on like Netflix and Amazon and whatnot. So yeah, I kind of enjoy the zombie vibe. So this for me was great, refreshing, something that I knew I liked to do. Didn't quite get to do as much as I wanted to in season 1. If there was a season 2, I would definitely step it up a notch in terms of story and whatnot. Of course, this series did in fact end. Where did it start? Ah, yes. How we met Lucas. This was in fact the first episode. A flashback scene around the campfire talking how much Lucas was such... Well, We gave him a lot of shtick for stuff.
Nuts.
Of course, he wasn't as much of a baby as we made him out to be. But the whole intro sequence here was supposed to be this is how the world is, and it gives that cinematic, like, told in, like, what's the way I want to say it? It's told in a way of, like, a cinema.
In this world.
Like you were watching an intro sequence in a cinema and someone was overamping a story type of dealio. Of course, as it gets into it, which we can watch a little bit of here. Let's find the start. Here it is.
Where? He still is.
Us amping up. Of course, Leo, one of my...
Guys, come on. We get
I
it.
did very much enjoy this
No,
character.
that still wasn't the best part. Lucas backed into a corner with a horde of zombies.
Overamping a
a
situation.
Panic. But coming over the horizon stood a valiant and handsome heroes. Your very own Leo and David.
But your name's
Overamping it.
Shut up, Lucas. I said don't call me that.
Of course, very touchy of my
Who's getting saved?
real name.
Ah, yeah. Lucas, the moron king, was being saved by two dashing heroes.
Overamped,
They
of
came
course,
with a
that's kind of the
minigun and
point.
a flamethrower, killing every last zombie in their path. Lucas cried for his mummy and...
I'm really not sure if that's...
Of course, friendly banter, giving Lucas a bit of shtick like we always do. Boat gets it in every series, don't worry about it. But yes, of course, Origin C, great series, loved it. It was just one of those series where I'm like, yes, must, if there's another one, up the ante. The series will be 10 times more entertaining for myself if there was to be another one. That is for certain. Of course, ending off with an iconic line. Where is my line? So this scene in particularly did make everybody cry. Spoiler alert, if you don't want spoilers for Origin Z, it has been out a long time now, so if you don't want spoilers, you're more than welcome to skip ahead a little bit on the video. But at the end of this series, David did in fact end up dying. The song kills people. Why doesn't advert have to ruin it every time? Come on, adverts. I have to mute this one because this is a copyrighted track. But there we go. The Lucas does in fact see David end up, in no kind of words, killing himself, because he did in fact get bitten by a zombie and didn't want us to have to put him out of his misery, essentially. Lucas did witness this, so Lucas has been certainly scarred that his friend. We obviously heard it, and the 6 of us that did become a 3 again. It's just how the world always works, apparently. You always run in 3s. So, the 6 became a 3. Cookie ended up joining myself and Lucas. This whole cinematic killed people, well, and the ending piece in particularly. Of course, it does show us obviously running off out. And the final line, I'm going to let it play because I am just that kind.
The hardest part about all this is not talking to someone you're used to talking to every day.
That was actually something I threw in while editing. It wasn't supposed to be there, but after seeing it, and I'm like, this needs something that will heart-wrench people. And I knew when I put it in, I felt it, so I'm like, everyone's going to feel this. Everyone will feel this. But it was such a... I like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that was like the icing on the cake for me from that series. Obviously, being a zombie-related series, it's obviously always going to be about death and survival and losing close people because the state of the world that is. So, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Anyways, moving on to a bit of a more lighter note. Next up on our Origins quest was, in fact, Origins of Olympus Season 2. I'm going to get 1,000 comments in the comment section, I know for a fact. When's the next Origins of Olympus? We don't know. the way the Origin series works is we decide what the next one is like a month before the other one ends. So obviously for My Hero Origins, which is the next Origins for people that don't know, and yes, I am in it because some people apparently don't realize that I'm in the next Origins. It bewilders me. But anyways, yes, the next Origins being obviously My Hero Origins, which is a spin-off to Boku no Hero, was obviously decided. I lost my train of thought for a moment. It was obviously decided a month prior to the end of. Well, I say a month. It's been a bit longer than that. It's been more 2 months since the end of Fairy Tail Origins, which is still going at present. But yeah, it was obviously decided a lot sooner with Christmas and celebrations. But it's only decided just before the end of a previous Origins, so we don't know what the next Origins is, and probably till a month before we end My Hero. So please don't ask what the next Origins or when such and such of Origins come back, because we don't know. It's just as plain as simple as that. When we know, we'll let you know. That's just how we'll work. You'll see all the Twitter stuff and character reveals and all of that good stuff. Yes, there will be a character reveal soon. Chill your beans. But yes, Origin of Olympus Season 2. Let's throw ourselves back into the intro. Again, same track that we used for Season 1 and Season 2, so lovely and refreshing on the ears.
We have been left behind by the gods. After the Titans fell, the children of Olympus returned to Camp Oasis to celebrate the Festival of the Pantheons, where other gods have stepped forward to make their mark. Greek, Egyptian, Asian,
of course, we brought in
and
new
Nordic pantheons now
new
live
mythics,
together, despite
mythologies, whichever you prefer, into this season.
Seek to prove themselves
from Greek, stepped up to some new ones. Who knows what Season 3 is going to bring? That's going to be pretty gnarly when we decide.
Welcome to Origins of Olympus.
Heck yeah. So that's obviously, the first bit is like a brief introduction of what is the series, which is why I thoroughly enjoy Xylo's little voiceovers that he does. But yeah, Origin of Olympus, based on mythologies, Greek. We think we had, what was Season 2? Season 1 was just Greek, Season 2 was Greek, Nordic, Egyptian, and Asian or Japanese, that type of dealio, which was pretty interesting. Very unique set of gods that we did in fact have coming around. Obviously, I had my my lie throughout the entire season until the very end, of course. Spoilers, I know this whole video is spoilers, so you know. But yes, some iconic moments. Definitely Jadine, of course. Everyone loves this ship. Like Brandine's only friend, quote, nobody's really Brandon's friend. Yeah, these two got along very well, like fire and ice type of dealio. Obviously we got David and also Brandine as well. This was obviously the cover that we said we'd do. It was the follow-up on the previous season's cover. This one obviously being Umbrella, and the previous one being Bad Blood. We do try, I personally do try and do a cover of a song every season. So that may say what's coming for FTO, maybe soon, hopefully. But yeah, so obviously stuff like Jadine and all these thumbnails as well. These took so long to make. I actually made all of the thumbnails for this season of FTO and Origins of Olympus, and I started doing renders for like SNO and OC. So I spent a long time doing these videos, especially with thumbnails as well. Yeah, and then of course the final episode, which was, hey guys, a personal favorite of mine. The old merch. Was it this episode? Oh no, it's the episode. Ah no, this was the finale. 50. I ended an episode on 54. Wow, crazy. This was the actual episode that I wanted. Of course, it was the fight episode with Lychee and
The road,
Brandine.
Lychee.
And it's going to do another ad. See, this is what I don't like when I try and do one of these videos. The ads are just forever there. So, of course, this was the battle between Lychee and Brandon, which we do have a poster for. Merch in the description. It was
It's gonna take more
so
than
much
that to keep me
fun.
from succeeding in defeating you.
Well,
we'll see, dear boy.
This whole
Wrong about you.
cinematic was
You were literally a father to me, and now
great.
I have to.
So
commit to
everyone
raise
still
between
questions
us.
me.
For this, I'm gonna give everything to make a play.
Everyone still questions me what the motives were behind each of the characters and whatnot. Obviously, I can't go into too many details because if there is a season 3, this character will also be most likely continuing. I still have story to tell, so Lychee will probably exist. Brandine very much still exists. Whether I'll have a new character, I don't know. You know what I'm like for perspectives. I'm not as bad as, say, like Devon, who has a lot of perspectives, but I do have quite a few. I know in FTO, Miss P, Monty, Brandon, Jupiter, I guess. I tend to have a few perspectives, or at least a few different characters so I can help out other people. Pretty much what Miss P was. Miss P was just a character David created. I am not the creator of Miss P. It was David originally. I just voiced them. But yeah, it was...
Place I can live for those who make me happy.
This was
We
all
do this
great.
now,
The
Apate.
double-edged scythe was amazing for me. Like,
My faith is in you.
it was
Lychee.
great. Of course,
Give
my
this our
demons.
all.
Very much a demon guy. You probably
There it
noticed.
is.
Size of the soul and... this in itself, I just thought it would be different.
And everything I needed. Try to give me all the clues.
And the music. I always know which music to pick. I always know. I always have a track that I know I've found and it's like, this is heart-wrenching enough. But this track, this music in itself...
See the truth.
Best it.
Didn't know it.
Of course.
Didn't know till we parted.
Of course. David isn't going to be very much a fan of Lychee in the next season, if that's a thing. Yeah, it's going to be very evident. I would imagine. Cutting up his bestie and whatnot. But yeah, Origin of Olympus. Hopefully there's another one. Because it's great. You guys love it. I love it. And I'm pretty sure every other Origins creator loves it. So let's hope and see. Of course, moving on to what we're presently finishing, of course, is the FTO Season 5. Of course, this is running over slightly on what we normally do. Run it down, Xylo. I like the twist that Xylo did with this. Like with the soundtrack. I like the twist. Slightly different to the first season.
In this
And
world,
previous seasons, I think,
wondrous
actually.
creatures, dragons, and wizards all seek to live in balance. Spellcasters from across the lands venture to join magical guilds, mastering all forms of sorcery.
And how difficult these
Divinus
guys...
Magia,
like how difficult it is for people to make these intros is crazy. Pat has struggled. He did great with this one. The new one is looking amazing so far, might I say.
Wizarding establishment. After an evil Grand Master sought
course,
to take over
flashback
the city of
scenes.
Atlantide, heroes of the four guilds joined together to defeat him and cast all evil wizards from
My
the
old
realm,
character.
banishing the darkness for now. Welcome to Fairy Tale Origins.
Fairy Tale Origin. Of course, I'll let this one run a bit, but Pat did really well with this intro. It's such a good intro. I mean, we've heard it enough times, but this is obviously the OG #1 intro. It's changed a few times since. Such a great song as well. Such a great song as well. I would like to believe that you're going to enjoy the new one. And there's not too much for me to show. Of course, starting out in Devil's Tongue, playing out as an evil version. My demon being evil, running a dark guild. Whatever his motives were initially. Who knows? Who knows?
Not again.
And of course, Thane.
You know, at first that was funny, but now I'm just bored
Not
of him.
Zane.
No.
No.
Interesting. Well, thank you all for gathering, finally.
Where's all? Where's all?
Of course, it's this was a Devil's Tongue. Obviously, my episode 1 started with Devil's Tongue. My character was Devil's Tongue, and of course, being very
Master,
ruthless.
Why don't
David, why don't you step on
you
me?
come over here and do that?
His character is interesting. I'll give him that. I'll give him that. But yeah. That has been our rundown. A nice 25-minute long video for today. Holy moly. But yes, that has been our rundown on our Origins 2020 journey. Of course, we've got the finale, hopefully coming out for FTO in the next week or two. Hopefully by next week, it will be out. I'm not actually doing any of the work on this finale, pretty much. I've got my own stuff that I've got to do within the episodes, but I know there's a couple fight scenes that are probably going to be happening, as you might have seen from some of the episodes already. I won't spoil too much because there's a lot going on. If you haven't seen anybody's perspective so far, go and check them out. But there's probably going to be some fights, which means cinematics are going to be a pain. I've got to do some. I know there's a lot of other people I've got to do some. I won't say too much on that, but make sure you stick around for the finales because it's going to be a good one. That's all I'm going to say. But yes, thank you all for being amazing, is all I've got to say. You've all been amazing. Thank you all for being here for the journey over the last year. If you have been around for the last year, if you've been around longer, thank you again, even more so, for sticking around for as long as you have. You've all been absolutely amazing. Let me know your favourite moment from the past year in the comment section below. Your favourite Origins or moments in each Origins, or however you want to break it down. You're more than welcome to go so in the comment section. I'll have a read of some of those shortly after this video goes live. And again, make sure you check out the VODs channel if you do want to go and check that out. You're more than welcome to do so. Merch is in the description. I'm just trying to plug everything and make sure everything's plugged in this video, just in case, because I feel like this is where I'm going to get most of my messages across to you guys. I don't get a video that I can just sit here and talk to you guys very often. So it's been nice, it's been refreshing, it's been different. And I guess if you've never seen my face before, then you've seen my face now. It has been in multiple videos and streams, but you know, there's a lot of people like, oh my god, face reveal, and it's not quite a face reveal, but you know. But anyways, that is going to be it for me. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys in another video, maybe something like this here in the future. Thanks for all, and I'll see you guys all next time. Bye for now.